every single moment that is trying to pull us away from whatever is right in front of our face. I deeply beg of you to be present in this moment, to take it in. Welcome to Midsouth 2024.
My play for number one. I work really hard to do this, so it means the world to do well at it.
Yes.
Have fun today.
Let's do it!
When I signed up for the double, I was really excited to experience something uniquely Mid-South. It felt like the kind of bizarre, strange things that the Mid-South is known for. I have a lot of experience in both, and so the chance to put them together was really exciting. I knew the run was going to be the hardest part. Ultras are really about patience. They're really about staying steady. So my strategy was do what I could on the run and really take care of myself, knowing that Saturday was going to be whatever I had left, and hopefully my tank was pretty full.
You wanted to try so hard to prove that you can do it.
You're done.
Nothing in the world matters besides just getting here.
Okay, here we are in Mid-South Gravel. This is the big show today, the 100-mile gravel race. And of course, like any Mid-South production, this thing is a show.
Coming into Mid-South, this would be my third time.
Any race as the defending champion is always a little bit more pressure.
Pete, how are we feeling? How are the legs?
Dude, we're at the Mid-South. This is one of the best weekends of the year. I want this one bad.
I was just hoping to be competitive.
Change, never of what is to come, will have the comforts of what was. This is it! Mid-South is it!
It was really fast all day. There was a lot of attacks.
You can't ask for better weather at Mid-South. We've had snow, we've had rain. The problem now is the dust. This race is really going fast. We've done 20 miles in 55 minutes. The group of the strongest riders have basically just kept the pace so high that only the fittest are surviving.
You know, after that creek crossing, we had 10 guys rolling hard. We still couldn't stay away from the group.
There was always somebody sending a flyer, then you'd have to react.
It's anybody's game at this point.
So the water crossing is really the first big convergence point of the field.
Yes. Rach just came through first. They were averaging almost 20 miles an hour.
It was a race from start to finish.
The rest of our pack is Lee King.
Got off the flat tire right after the river crossing, and then Rach caught me, and I was like, this race isn't over yet.
And Ava Klobier. We have Bonnie Branson, who is doing the double.
So we've just gone through the river crossing, so at the moment, the furthest forward rider is Lauren DeCrescenzo.
We got to that water crossing and I just let her rip.
She is last year's champion. She's going for the three-peat this year. She is ahead of Sarah Sturm, Danny Shrewsbury.
Today's strategy was get into a group and just keep eating, keep drinking.
We are at about mile 40, a section called Narnia. I guess you could call it double track. This is going to be a great section that I think is really going to stretch out the field.
Rach McBride and Lee King, the last we saw them at mile 40, were neck and neck, which means we are now going to have a race for first place on our hands.
I fully thought that I wasn't going to do it the whole time. I knew I was going to get dropped.
You are now in the presence of a...
All right, we're at 32 miles. Very, very European style racing here. We've had a group of 50 to start with. We're down to probably less than 30. What's happening now is you get the strong guys in the front will make a surge. The guys in the back will string out in the back, and eventually that line will snap.
The whole thing is, you're never on pace. It's always rough. Everybody's got to pedal hard all day long.
With the course this year, it was dry, but there was a lot of ruts, and so you were having to really be on guard all day.
You are now in the presence of a...
Lauren DeCrescenzo leaving Narnia, our first place woman out on course. Lauren DeCrescenzo has, I would say, upwards of a minute gap over the chase group. Second and third place right now, that's going to be Caroline Resin and Jenna Reinhardt.
At some point, I was just glued to someone else's wheel, and then I realized that the other women had popped off that group. Pretty much all the way at the end of the race, Jenna and I were playing cat and mouse.
So we just passed the halfway point in the race, and just before that was one of the crux points in the race. Right after Narnia, there's a slow retrenchment. What I predict will happen after this is going to be some heart attacks, but it probably will come at the single track. Coming out of the woods, we're gonna see our final selected group.
That split the group at least in two. 3 of us got out together with a small gap back to a group of 5 or 6.
Coming out of there, did a good surge with Griffin Easter.
We're at mile 58. We're seeing a lot of faces that are sweaty and orange. Not because they've been eating Cheetos, but because they've been eating red dirt. Rach McBride and Lee King just came through about 6 minutes ago. Emily, who is kind of in a contention for 3rd place in the non-binary category to come through here any second.
We're at mile 59. We have Lauren DeCrescenzo in first place. She has a 4-minute advantage over second and third place riders, Jenna Reinhardt and Caroline Resin. And then another 6 minutes back from them is a group containing Sarah Sturm, Anna Yamaguchi, and several other riders.
So right now we're at mile 90, which is the tail end of the single track section of the course. Rach McBride and Lee King are neck and neck, and 3rd place is sitting Emily Robbins. What's really exciting about this year is we have such a deep field of non-binary riders, and these athletes have been training for this and working for this, and for them to be able to put it on the line together, that's what they were looking forward to the most. It's likely we're going to be seeing a sprint finish today.
I knew that I would probably beat them in a sprint. If I can just hold on.
The best moment was crossing the finish line to give Lee like a big hug. Like, I am so proud of you right now.
We just did our single track section, and sure enough, it was very selective. The mountain bikers in the group, our cyclocross riders, are excellent at turning, and they can drop you in 3 turns. Everybody's tired at this point, so it's coming down to whoever's got the legs.
He's setting the wind as soon as we hit the uphill.
At the end, I was kind of, okay, let's trust this sprint. Had a good wheel and just went for it.
This race is shaping up to be extremely spicy inside the top 10, but it looks as though Lauren DeCrescenzo's lead is as solid as one can get.
Yeah, that's what motivated me in the last mile. The faster you go, the faster you get a hug from Bobby.
I'm really grateful to this community and to Midsouth for bringing us all together.